Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Davis Dynamics. We don't have a lot of people out here today, which is surprising because this is like, even though I'm sweating, it has a little breeze going on, has a lot of cloud cover. Sun's not out, so that's why I have my phone on bright. So brightest setting it is, so that means my phone's gonna get hot quickly. But I'm gonna talk about low point again. And this is so amazing because on Coach's Corner, I had sent Mark Crossfield because he's just, he's gotten to the point where he just doesn't hold anything back anymore. And he was like, the clubs that we really need to be working on is the ones we avoid. And I'm just going to clip this one out here just to get nice and loose. I already been out here about, I don't know, about 45 minutes. But usually for my practice session, it takes about an hour for me. Not that I need an hour, but I just want to make sure that my body's nice and loose and I'm turning because of my lower back issues and my knee issues and my elbow issues. And we're not going to just carry on. But anyway, for me, it's just making sure that I'm hearing the click. So this is a pitching wedge I have in my hand. I know it's a little windy. Hopefully I have my windscreen on my microphone, which is attached to my necklace. You might hear a little jingling and jangling, but anyway. Controlling low point. So that's the main thing that we're going to talk about today is if you don't control low point, there's no way that you can hit the center of the club. Because you're going to hit behind it and you're going to hit in front of it. And I'm going to show you two examples of what I see a lot. And like I said, people don't practice this enough. This should be religion, if you're going to be practicing golf. This should be just, what I see is people grab the driver and, start blasting. I was talking to one of my buddies out here earlier this morning. He was like, I was out here with a guy and we got here at the same time, and the first thing he grabbed, he didn't stretch. The first thing he grabbed was a driver and just started hitting it. And he's like, it made my back hurt. And I didn't even swing driver. So the thing is this, controlling low point is an easy thing. My thing is this, we have all the tools at our disposal and we don't use them. The alignment sticks. The alignment sticks are great because what you can do is put one alignment stick right down the center of your body, the mass. That's going to be your low point. No matter what, no matter how you move around, that's going to be your low point. And we don't do that. This is like and actually, if you get a chance, go on YouTube. Mark just posted this yesterday about cheats. Now, when we say cheat, he's not talking about, doing anything to your equipment that is illegal or anything like that, that's going to be, in the tournament, if you play in a tournament, that they're going to call you up and say, hey, let me see your equipment, and then deem your equipment to be, non-conforming to USGA rules or RNA rules. So now you got to go find you a new set of clubs if you want to play that tournament. So anyway, I'm going to move this out of the way because sometimes a third line, a lot of people ask me, what is the third line for? Well, I'm not going to go into that later on, maybe in the advanced session. But like I said, I have a pitching wedge in my hand. And you can see I have a golf ball always. I'm always have an intermediate target in front of me. Okay, all I have is a tee here. So if you look at it, where the yellow, and matter of fact, I will do this to make it even easier. I will put the yellow line on top of the red line. Hopefully you can see it. I will go back to the camera to make sure that you can see it. If you can't, I will make sure you can. So I'm going to walk back out of frame just to make sure everything's still in frame. You can still hear me in my stereo microphone, but I want to check and see. There you go. You should be able to see it. And if you can't, please do me a favor, blow it up. My wife did me a solid. She changed my screen on my phone yesterday. My screen was like cracked and stuff and all dirty, and I didn't know that. And it's much clearer now, but like I said, it's pretty cloudy out here. So anyway, this is going to be the low point right here. This right here is the center of mass, center of your body. Okay, this is where your body wants to be naturally every time. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you're standing still. It doesn't matter if you're standing sideways. Your body wants to get your body back. Your body wants to get back to the center of gravity because it wants to be in balance at all times. Well, in golf, we know that we have so many moving parts that our low point moves. Sometimes our low point moves, it sways. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it's still, and sometimes it gets ahead of us. But it doesn't matter, because where you start that golf club bit, excuse me, I apologize, that was a little, oh, I feel some drops of rain. Where you start that golf club is where it's going to want to return. You can hear that click. That's where it wants to return. Now, this brings me to the session of what he was talking about, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. The clubs that we need to be working on the most, we don't touch. We don't touch them. We're afraid of them. So how do we expect to get better if we need that club and we don't hit it? We go out there, yes, we know we can hit. If someone asks you, what's your favorite iron? You say 8 iron or 9 iron or pitching wedge or 7 iron. And someone says, well, how do you hit your 6? Oh, sucky, crappy. Oh, man, it's rubbish. It's trash. Well, why are we not hitting our 6 iron? So, and that's the thing. The same thing with the 6 iron. I hit my 6 iron very well. Not all the time, because we're going to have those days where we're just not on point. And it's not our swing, it's just the rhythm. Our rhythm is going to be off one day. We're not going to sleep very well that night. We're going to be tired. It's going to be hot. We're going to be jacked up. We're going to be swinging too fast. We're going to be swinging too slow. That's just golf. That's why golf, the beauty of this game, everything is always different. But you have to be able to go with the flow, change everything while it's going on. Different things. I feel a little rain droplets on my hands and on my head and on my legs, but it's not going to change my swing. I'm going to swing the same way. Now that right there was just a little fat. But low point. For every club that you have in your bag, you should be trying to find the low point. That is the way that you're going to make solid contact. Now, the low point for me, how I find my low point is, I know automatically my swing coach, Curtis, has already measured out, and we actually got on the launch monitor to see my numbers. And by him looking at my numbers and by him watching my swing, we started coming down on the shaft. And I know that my hands need to be the same distance from the top of the cap to the top of my left hand. So that's almost an inch. So that's going to put me at the same, so I'm from an inch from the cap. That's going to put me at the same position. So that means when I put my club behind the ball, I'm going to be the same distance away from that ball every time. And if you look at the yellow shaft, I am center of gravity. And I'm at my low point for my pitching wedge. Nice and balanced. So it was one of those things where I was amazed at, talking to him and sending him a message, and he said, yeah, I'm going to make this video because, it is just absolutely it's about to blow the top of my head off. He says his students comes to him and he's like, they say I can't hit my driver, but I can hit my 3-wood, and they start hitting 3-wood, and he's like, but you just said you couldn't hit your driver. So why are you hitting your 3-wood? You should be working on the clubs that will work for you in those scenarios. That was crisp. Oh yeah, that was smothered right there. That's crisp. Kept my chest all over that one. That was nice. That felt very, very nice. That was delicious. So one of those things where when people ask me, well, what club is your favorite club, and then what club do you have problems with? Now, two things. I want to make sure I get this, down, and I don't want people saying that, Jay said, you need to keep working on this, you need to keep working on that. Two things. If you have an alternate club, like if you can't say you can't hit your 5-iron, then why not try a 5 hybrid? We all know the hybrids are, they're making now the hybrid combos because people are not generating that much speed like they used to keep the ball in the air. So the hybrids are a whole lot easier to hit. Even, it doesn't really matter. Even if you want to still hit that iron, you have lead tape that you can put on the back of it to try to slow your hands down to where you can feel that club head just a little bit more. Now, my wedges, I usually work very, very hard. It's another delicious one right there. Oh man, that was good. Straight down the pipe, right down where my ball is at, right down my target line. I work very hard on my wedges because the reason being is I know my game. I know that I'm not, when I play with my buddies, my buddies can move it out there pretty good. They can, seriously, when they want to move it like, 300, 315, they can move it. And I'm way behind them, about 270, 275, maybe 280 on a good day. And they're going into a par 4, their second shot, they're going in with a 9-iron, 8-iron. Some of them are going in with wedges. And I'm going in with a 7-iron or 8-iron. But my thing is this, sometimes I have a tendency, and it's not because I can't. Sometimes I like to hit it short because I know that my strength in golf is my short game. And my wedges, my wedge play. I know I can get proximity to the hole, closer than they can. So the thing is, trying to play to your strengths. I am a very big advocate of making this game simple. The game is hard enough. And, we think so much about what's going on with the club behind us. Am I coming over the top? Am I doing, we think so much about things that we shouldn't be thinking about. You do all the thinking back behind the box, and you hear it all the time. You do all your thinking back here. Once you get in here, it's showtime. There's no more thinking. There's no more second guessing. You take your grip, you get nice and settled. Nice couple of waggles maybe. Moving yourself around because you don't want to be static. Okay, it's nice and limber. Take a deep breath, let it out, and then just swing. Because that's all we got. That's all we can do. It just behooves me that people make the game so hard, and this game is already hard enough. I get, people say, okay, hey, I want more distance. Well, you can get more distance. It's just that you're going to you don't have to swing harder. If I want to hit my wedge a little bit further, at impact, I'm just going to make sure I turn my hands down and make sure I wrap it around my body. Just like this. Higher and longer. And straighter. So low point, like I said, low point, you have to excuse me, there's some guys walking up to the next tee, they're talking. So they're gonna probably go past my my camera. So a drill to find low point every time. Is to kind of keep, get, and you don't have to have alignment sticks, you can do it with your golf clubs. It's just like a tee, like a cross. Make sure the ball is right in the middle, okay? Make sure you have enough room to where you're not gonna strike the club or the alignment stick that's going to be your center mass. I would love for you to put a tee or a ball or something like that. I have this one probably about, I don't know, close to about 2 feet maybe. Sometimes people use 4, but 2 is far enough for me since I had the LASIK surgery. So that's about far enough that where I can see, a blade, just one blade of grass. If I get any further, I mean, yeah, I can see, but there's no need for me to go that far out. So anyway, a quick drill. Get your feet together. Feet no further than shoulder width apart. Try to strike. You don't hit it hard, 50%. Get nice and loose and try to strike this ball at 50% and keep your balance. Watch the ball as it lands. Hold it. Hold it. Hold your position. Because what you're doing is you're letting your brain feel your muscles. You're letting your brain take a picture of how your body needs to be at the end of the golf shot. Now, you can go back. That was a drill that I had with me and my instructor. So once again, shoulder width apart. Now, if this is starting to hurt you just a little bit, yeah, you can go just a little bit wider than shoulder width, but I definitely don't want you out here, or definitely don't want you so close in that you can't really do, that you're struggling. But shoulder width apart, 50%. Watch the ball all the way till it hits the ground. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You should feel a little pressure on your left outer thigh. That's when you know that you have gotten all the way through, transferred. And we're going to do this one last time, but if you get a chance, go to YouTube, check out Mark Crossfields, his last video, his last video about cheats, and you'll see that he actually went into more than just a driver. He went into chipping, he went into, flop shots, he went into everything. So just check that out, most definitely. It's very, very informative. I sent my message after I looked at it and I told him, cheers, mate. I love that, when someone just says, you know what, I've had enough. Let's just go ahead and get this nipped in the bud. So in order for you to play good golf, we have to find low point, and we have to be confident. And the students that I'm working with now, they are awesome. I can tell you right now, all my ladies for the women's clinic, my single Carol, my junior Claire, and now my new junior Alexis, and all the other guys that I have. I'm sorry, I don't know. There's no way in the world I can name all of them. But this is one of the things that we're working on is low point, and they are seeing a big, huge difference. It doesn't matter what skill level that you are, low point is everything. So work on that, on the low point. We can't end off that one. That was a little, as you can see, I'm going to show you, maybe not show you, maybe if I walk up there. Let me see if I can hit another one, then you'll see what happens while you're seeing me do this. So we can end on that one right there. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get a good one here. Let's turn this one over here. So let's work on low point, and I guarantee you that your ball striking, just like that, that was delicious. Oh, that was sweet. And I guarantee your ball striking will be a whole lot better. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Davis Dynamics. We are out here at Knights Play. Like I said, I can't believe I thought it would be hotter than this. It's just a little humid, but it's not as humid as it's been. But anyway, try that drill, work on it, and I guarantee you your game will improve. Thanks for tuning in, and do me one favor. Please go out and make someone smile, because in these days and times, we need all the smiles and love that we can give. So, you know, go out and make someone smile. It doesn't cost you a thing. Have a good day.